Hello again. Off to Dawlish. Meet Andy. Lovely. Not mine, but I'd be rude not to film it, wouldn't I? And there we go. Mustn't forget to do my clip from the book today. This is a book. Here's the page. There they are in a bit more detail. This isn't mine either. Whee! Sorry. And all along the other side of the tracks there, by the platform, you can see the new stones we were talking about earlier. Or yesterday, along with a little repair to the platform itself by the look of things. Anyway, my train's due next. Excellent. Here we are, this is mine. Excellent.
Service to Exmouth.
I heard a happy toot. That's a tooted to Rufus. Lovely. Spooky. Right, well there goes our train. Now it's time to get our microphones ready. Oh, crossover coming up now. Get our microphones ready and then we'll go off. What we're doing today, and you probably know from the title, is the Lost Pubs of Dawlish. Of course, I'm not a pub person, but Andy knows all about them. So Andy will be guiding our walk today. Before we start off on our pub tour, we've got one last thing to talk about, and that's from a follow-on from our Warren visit the other day.
Yes, it's a submission from Kieran in Paynton. Now, it's a greyhound that they found down at the Warren. It was abandoned there, and it was quite an elusive greyhound. They tried to catch it. Well, anyway, they took it on as a rescue, and in the picture you can see there now, pictured with Kieran's father, it's on the right-hand side. And it had a very, very happy life. And this was in about 2000, 2001.
And here's another picture from Kieran, of Kieran, his brother and his sister, and their own greyhound, back when they were younger, at Bulbury Down having ice cream. Here we go. Lovely. Well, thanks for that, Kieran. Much appreciated. And now one from Linda. Just going to turn around and get this into shot. Here we are, roughly here. This is from 2019. There we are, not a great deal's changed, but that's excellent. Anyway, on with our Lost Pubs tour. As we make our way up Beach Street to get to the first location, we go past a non-lost pub, the Railway Inn. There we go, still going today.
It's still going strong.
Excellent. But there's no food at this time.
No food. It's a cute little pub, really.
There's the eagle on the bank
Yes,
as we walk up.
there was a joke about that, but we won't say no more.
As we walk along, we find Dawlish has now got a banking hub.
Which is
Somewhere up
where
there.
the sign is, without us walking up there.
Yep. Now we're heading up Queen Street
Yes.
towards the old dispensary, which we featured in the last video we did,
We did.
which was all about the High Street, which is just up here on the right.
And the bakery on the corner.
So this kind of carries on, you see, now of the lost pubs starting up here as we walk along further up to the far end of Dawlish, looking at where all the pubs used to be.
Welcome to our non-pub crawl of the pubs of past and present. We can't show a photograph of our first pub, as little is known about it. But it was listed in the White Directory in 1872. The pub was called the Victoria Inn and was present from 1862 to 1886. It was run by Mrs. Elizabeth Hine and possibly located at number 7 King Street. Again, 1872 saw the coming of the Lansdowne Spirit Vaults, and in the early 1900s it became the Lansdowne Hotel, with Heavy Tree Breweries taking over in 1926. This photograph was taken in 1915, clearly showing it as the Lansdowne Hotel. Today it's just known as the Lansdowne, or as the locals call it, the Lanny, serving beers, wines, spirits, along with good grub and the occasional band visiting at weekends.
And that with my back against the last pub we did, or the first pub we did. So it's just across the road. And for those of you keeping track, we've literally just entered Park Road now. Okay, pub number 3.
The Devon Arms opened in 1893, and by 1902 it was owned by City Brewery Exeter, changed name by 2000 to the Ferret and Radiator, purchased and incorporated what was Chapman's photographic shop next door, closed in 2010 and is now flats. We will of course be revisiting Chapman's photographic in a later visit, when we can cover the past retail shops of the street.
And we're walking out of Park Road now.
And
Up
if you
ahead.
look over to your left, Bill, you can see where Old Town Street starts.
Oh yes, Old Town Street starts now. And that blue building there, that was a pub. But we're going to line that up from a slightly different angle, looking back at it from across the way. And we'll show you the picture.
Became the Prince of Wales in 1863, purchased by Dawlish Brewery in 1872, and closed its doors in 2002. In this photograph you can see the colourful murals painted on the outside of one of Brunel with his famous top hat, which is by the front door.
Well, next one's roundabout here, give or take tuppence. Might have to move out the road though if the cars come.
Now this pub came quite as a surprise to me, as it's my uncle's shop, which was stood here some years later. This pub was called New Inn and operated as a watering hole between 1856 and 1936 and was owned by several different companies. The photo was taken in 1908.
Lovely. As we walk up to our next location, we go past Dawlish Manor House. Just there visible through the blossom. Lovely. Anyway, it's these up here we want to talk about, but we're going to line it up properly with the photo. Right, well, that's the building we're focusing on. Here's the lining up shot, and
This is one of Dawlish's earliest pubs, with a licence which dates back from 1797. It was owned and run by a local blacksmith who had his forge across the road. Sold to Dawlish Brewery in 1899 and closed in 1988, demolished in 1991. Many a fond tale has been spoken about the Red Lion and how saddened regulars were by its closure in 1988, describing it as a welcoming and warm pub. The Carpenter's Arms, 1866 to 1933, opened in the 1860s and purchased by Dawlish Brewery in 1872, closed and sold by Heavy Tree Brewery in 1933, then afterwards becoming a greengrocer.
there we are, Red Lion Place, 1990, in remembrance of the pub that was here. Now, although we have no photo, this area here, which is completely different,
Is where the Carpenter's Arms would have stood. And that was a thatched building. As you can see in behind, there is actually a thatched building in behind. One of the few remaining up here.
and finally, the Swan Inn.
The last pub in the street and the oldest, the Swan Inn, which dates back from 1642. and is still going strong today. Note the sign is of a mute swan and not a black swan, as these weren't present until the 20th century. The pub has a large seated outdoor area in the summer months and has an outdoor bar.
Lovely. And there we go. That's the end of our Pubs of Dawlish tour. Let's go and feed the ducks and swans and cygnets. Now, nothing really to do with the pubs of Dawlish, but railway convalescent homes.
Yes, this is where my mother and father met. My father sang and my mother played the piano, but my father was a patient here. He had poor lungs from being in enclosed cabs on steam engines.
Beautiful view of the brook from the bridge.
Yes, all part of the park, the house, all part of it. It's up for sale now.
Just grabbing a quick shot of the post box, which is a George VII. I know a few of you are into your post boxes. I've had conversations about the Victoria ones before. Lovely. And down the side of Barton Terrace, at the top of the lawn now, isn't it? Or top of the
Top of the lawn, yes. I used to walk down here when I was looked after by my great aunties down here. They used to bring me in here to play in the park.
And of course, there's the play park up ahead. Not being used.
Yep.
So we're going to go and have a swing.
Oh, we are.
Here we go, close up of the park as we can. There's no one on it.
No children?
Nice climbing area.
Yes. For me to go on and do a triple salco or a back somersault off it or something daft like that.
And they're very soft under my feet.
Lovely.
Unlike when I was playing on things like this and I'd fall off, it was living concrete, wasn't it?
Yeah, and top lip through the teeth.
Lovely. And heading down now to the top of the brook. That's the hospital there. And we'll be down beneath the hospital. Old post office, as was. And we're down in the familiar area of the brook now, where we see if we can see some cygnets. There we are, a couple of swans. Andy thinks that these are the ones there.
That are paired off. Well, I think these are the two, or the group of new ones that they brought back over, and they seem to have paired off. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we're going to see eggs from these.
And just up there on the weir, in the opposite direction, is the lone swan.
Yes.
That keeps to itself.
No name to it. I know Pam said the other day about Bert and Kim, but there is no name. I sort of affectionately call it the Lone Ranger.
A bit further down now. Lots of pidgeys.
In their new home.
Look who we have found.
Oh yes.
See, taking it carefully, looking down here. Kimber and her enormous offspring. Get some food out. Well, the babies certainly know what food is now.
They certainly do. They're taking it better than the last time we gave it to them. We're only 4 babies, so I don't know what's going on. Ah, no.
There's the other one. And there's Bert.
Bert. And look at the other one. The other one's quite a larger cygnets. It looks larger than the other ones.
Oh, you see it compared to a duck there.
Yeah, it's huge. That's a massive one.
Here he comes.
He's coming over.
There's bigger food over here. Bigger pieces.
Yes, we've got food wars going on at the moment. Let's give him some. Oh yes, he is bigger than the other ones. Quite a size as well. Oh yeah.
And down here to where the silt has built up into the island.
Yes.
Still not dredged, of course.
Very much level now with the footpath, which is terrible.
Yeah, it is. Look, they are.
In fact, we can walk straight out onto it. I'm standing now where when I was a little boy I used to put my boats down here on a Sunday morning. I really do hope they do something with this.
And someone's dropped a log in the brook. And the fencing that used to be here for the little ones, they're not so little anymore, it's been taken out. It's up by that,
Left up there.
yeah, left up there. And that was along there. And before we go, we just pop down, get some shots of the waves. There we are, breaking over, see? And all those stones there have been washed up by the waves and deposited, which is why I say it's so daft in the Point car park when there's a storm, where people park right up next to the waves and think it's funny to see the thing crash over their car. That's what's in it.
You wouldn't like to get hit by that one that's on the breakwater. Look at the size of that one there. Just there.
Oh yeah.
You get hit around the bonks with that, you'd be no more.
And here we are back on the platform, ready to cross over and wait on the other side for my train. Final picture from Linda, May the 13th, 2017. Here we go. Lovely HST. Smash it. Cheers, Linda. And this one is mine. Lovely. See the waves there at the side, crashing up in. Lovely. And another little Dawlish wander comes to an end. Hope you enjoyed that. Tux plot. Racing the Sainsbury's van. There's the place they're doing on, Marine Tavern. Changed a little bit already. And finally, don't get scared, Spooky House. And we got the last of the buildings there before we go into Parsons Tunnel. Here we are, the one, the only spray point with the one, the only roofers and the white timber sign. Bye-bye. Safe journeys. Right, bit of shopping I've got to do up at Lidl's now, quite a big one. So I'll do that and see you on the bridge. So there we are with 2 big bags of shopping and the train. We're leaving the station. That will signify the end of today's wander. So we enjoyed it. I enjoyed doing it. Enjoyed spending time with Andy. Lovely. Take care and see you tomorrow. Bye.